I'll tell you, John McCarthy's going to start looking at this seriously. If Mesker does not offer some form of defense, that's going to do it.
There it is.
Right there.
Tito Ortiz
doesn't matter.
Has defeated Guy Mesker, and he's firing the young guns again. But not respectfully into the corner of the Lions' Den. And Ken Shamrock very upset with the disrespect shown towards the Lions' Den corner, and John McCarthy, the smartest man inside the octagon.
I'd be upset as hell too. I beat up on his two #1 contenders in the room. It's kind of hard. I mean, I kind of beat up little alley cats and send them back to the litter box. That's pretty much what I call it. So
I'm here to step up. He's another victim on my list.
I'm not going to walk away from this unless I get in there and I fight this guy.
So this fight with me and Ken Shamrock, it is bad blood.
I'm going to teach him some humiliation.
Never has the anticipation been higher. It all began November of 1993, the birth of a legend. Ken Shamrock would epitomize what the UFC was. Modern day, Tito Ortiz, the Huntington Beach bad boy, epitomizes what the UFC is. Tonight, the present and the past collide to dictate the future. How big is this fight this evening? It is being watched worldwide. It has been talked about here in Las Vegas for weeks. There's blackjack tables dedicated to the big card tonight, with the main event being Tito Ortiz and Ken Shamrock. They have decorated the MGM Grand with UFC lines, and even the mainstream media is involved.
Mike, this is a dream match, a dream night for mixed martial arts fans. All these bouts are fantastic. The main event between Tito and Ken is a real grudge match. This is the real deal. There's no acting involved. These guys, there's no way these guys could act this good. Al Pacino couldn't act this good. This is the real deal between two guys who are incredibly talented veteran warriors who hate each other. And they're gonna fight tonight, and I couldn't be more excited.
Tito Ortiz says the Lions' Den's like the Cobra Kai. He doesn't like them.
I'm back.
And Ken Shamrock very upset.
The grudge between me and Ken Shamrock started when I fought Jerry Bolander. But it started boiling when I fought Guy Metzger.
I thought you had more respect than that.
After I beat him down, I put the t-shirt on and said, "Gay Metzger's my bitch." It was no disrespect towards Ken, but all of a sudden it felt like it was.
When that fight is over and you win, then you show respect. If you don't like him, fine, don't shake his hand. But don't do something like that and then flip off the side.
I just sat there and laughed in his face. John McCarthy had to pick me up and pull me away, and that's when all the bad blood started happening.
I will get my respect or I will die. I'm not going to be punked and pushed around.
Ken Shamrock is living on past glory. He's holding on to something that's no longer there.
There's an opportunity now for me to fight Tito Ortiz, and I would never leave, never retire until I get an opportunity at Tito Ortiz.
If he wants to stand up with me, then let it stand up with me. I'm going to put him in the past and make him history.
Well, Joe, as you talked about real words from the real modern-day gladiators.
I am so pumped to see this fight. I want to follow these guys around with pillows to make sure they don't bump into anything and bruise themselves. This is the most incredible night in mixed martial arts history. And I'm so excited to be here.
Believe me, since their arrival in Las Vegas on Monday, both have been followed around with pillows and other things to keep them apart. And it has been an action-packed week of tension working up to the main event. For more on that, third member of our broadcast team, here's Jeff Osborne.
Guys, it all started 3 years and 8 months ago in '99 when this all started. 5 months of fight negotiations have brought us here. Usually our sport is about respect, but this time it's about disrespect, according to Ken Shamrock.
Tito Ortiz is going to find out what Ken Shamrock is all about. I guarantee you that. So if I was you, I hope to God you come ready. Because if you don't, I'm going to beat you into the living death. Fine.
201. Ken Shamrock weighs in at 201 pounds. Let the beatings begin.
205.
Tito Ortiz weighs in at 205 pounds. We have a championship bout. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, the main event, the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship.
I'm telling you what, Joe, this has been the longest wait of our lives, because the moment I heard that these two are going to meet in the octagon, I was counting the days, the minutes, the hours. It's finally here.
Absolutely, and Tito Ortiz is just a master at getting under Ken Shamrock's skin. You see everything he does, the smirks, the laughs. This is going to be an unbelievable war, folks. Vin Diesel, the biggest movie star on the planet, here at the UFC, enjoying the fights?
Yes, very much. I'm a huge fan of the sport. I came down because my boy Rico Rodriguez, the heavyweight champion of the world, invited me down. So I had to come.
No?
Yeah. My
Who do you
boy
like
from
in the
New
title
York.
fight tonight?
I think that's one of the best fights we've had in a long, long, long time, because they're both talented. So he'd probably be better at predicting than me.
What do you think, Rico?
We got to go with Tito Ortiz, but Ken Shamrock, he's no joke, you know what I mean? So we don't know what to expect.
Good fight, a good fight.
Absolutely.
That's what we come for. We come for the good fights, like this title fight tonight.
Absolutely, you heard it here. Vin Diesel, big fan of the UFC.
Well, he is indeed, and there are many fans of this young man. Tito Ortiz, the Huntington Beach bad boy, his arrival earlier this evening to the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Tito's last loss, September of 1999, to Frank Shamrock. And since that day, Tito has matured into a man who many believe is indestructible.
Tito looks so focused. He really, truly believes that this fight is his destiny. This is going to erase the memory of Frank Shamrock beating him in the last great fight in mixed martial arts in the UFC.
It's interesting that Tito said, forget about the bad blood, although Ken cannot do so. He said, for me, it was time, because to become a legend, you must defeat a legend. He has that opportunity tonight.
Tito's very clever in how he toys and taunts Ken Shamrock. He's doing it on purpose. He's always done it on purpose. I don't think he takes it nearly as personal. I think to Ken, it is a big deal. To Tito, he's having fun, and he's here to cement his destiny.
And it adds to the element of, I think, the storybook finish for Tito Ortiz, because he believes if he can defeat Shamrock, he finishes that chapter in UFC history.
If he defeats Shamrock, he truly is the greatest mixed martial arts fighter alive right now.
They are anticipating an all-out war. There is the legend, Ken Shamrock, one of the greatest names ever, and the greatest fighter of present day, that man, Tito Ortiz. The belt's on the line tonight. Tito told me he knows Ken's going to come out with fire in his eyes. He is going to have to weather an early storm of Shamrocks.
Shamrock certainly will come out with fire in his eyes, and Tito certainly will have to weather the storm. The key is, how long will that storm last? Ken has had suspect cardio in the past, and Tito is a cardio machine. He lost his big bout to Frank Shamrock because Frank made him gas.
Your keys to the fight for Ken Shamrock tonight.
Ken has to keep the fight standing. He thinks he's a better striker. He's got devastating leg kicks. He wants to keep Tito standing up and knock him out. He must go for submissions early. He tired badly when he was fighting Don Fry, and he got a heel hook, but he was just too windy to finish it off. He also has to control his emotions. We all know that Ken is a very emotional guy, and that can eat away your energy. All the anger that he has for Tito could really eat away his stamina.
Well, speaking of stamina, you think that it's vulnerable on the Shamrock side, so you want to see Tito push the pace.
Tito Ortiz is a cardio machine. No one works harder. That guy trains with the toughest guys in the world. Does jiu-jitsu with Mark Lehman, leg submissions with Scott Adams. He's got Rico Rodriguez pushing him. He's a cardio machine. He wants to get the double underhooks in the clinch. When he gets that on everybody. And whenever he gets it, he dumps you on your back. Evan Tanner's a classic example. He's very clever in how he does it. He distracts him with a knee and a punch. Boom! He gets the double underhooks. Bang! That's all she wrote. Tito's a master at taking you to the ground. World-class wrestlers like Vladimir Matyushenko couldn't stop him from doing that.
Tito Ortiz, an excellent wrestler in his own right. Ken, a great wrestler, in fact, went to the Olympic trials during his fighting career.
Clearly,
it'll be a great matchup tonight.
Clearly, Ken will be the strongest guy Tito has ever faced.
And I think that is something to be talked about, because that's the one thing that Tito has said, hey, I've been able to use my strength to dominate my opponents, a la Matt Hughes. I don't think that's the case tonight.
No, he's not going to dominate Ken Shamrock with strength. I think if he dominates him, it will be with cardio and with intelligence and with correct training.
There he is, returning for the first time in about 6 years. Guy Mezger taping up the gloves of Ken Shamrock. And remember, it was Mezger defeated by Tito Ortiz that started the whole ordeal when Tito flipped off the corner in which Ken Shamrock was looking on with his Lion's Den fighter, and that started the bad blood. Or maybe it started before that.
I gotta tell you, Mike, Ken Shamrock looks at home. Look at him in there. He looks very composed, very relaxed. He looks like this is what he's supposed to do. You see the look on his face? Very calm, very prepared. He said he's more prepared for this fight than any fight his entire career.
Listen to the reaction of the crowd as we go back live into the locker room of the light heavyweight champion of the world, Tito Ortiz.
A lot of boos for Tito. That's surprising. A lot of Ken Shamrock fans in the audience took advantage of those odds.
Yes, they did.
That's the thing about Vegas. You never know if people are booing because of the gambling or if they're booing because they're rooting for a fighter because they like him.
Hey, that's a great point. Danny Sheridan, nice enough to be with us tonight, but how about the mindset of Tito? We've talked about it a lot. He feels that tonight it's his destiny. Tonight is going to be his greatest moment ever.
He feels that this fight, this win, will cement him as a great fighter. Right now, I do believe that the loss to Frank Shamrock still haunts him. That was his last great fight, the last big event for Tito Ortiz. Every fight since then, they've been credible challenges, but not nearly as tough as Ken Shamrock is tonight. Look at Tito's kicks. That's one of the things I commented on when he fought Evan Tanner. I was very impressed, more so than the knockout, with how he looked standing on his feet. He looked like a kickboxer. And look at him here. This is a wrestler. This is a wrestler, and he looks like a world-class kickboxer. That just shows you mixed martial arts truly is a mixture of all these, and the best fighters learn everything.
He is the best. He is the one who wants to be the best. Ken Shamrock, Tito Ortiz is coming up. Listen to the crowd react here at the sold-out MGM Grand.
This is an unbelievable moment. This is in the 9 years the UFC has been around. This is clearly the most exciting matchup ever. I literally have no idea who's going to win. Conventional wisdom favors Tito because he's young, but Ken Shamrock is a warrior. You just can't count him out, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
When I watched Ken at the weigh-in yesterday and saw the physique in which he is displaying now, he's always been impressive, but I don't think he's ever been this impressive.
Well, you have to realize Ken Shamrock easily made 201 pounds.
It's 201.
So he has been fighting guys and beating guys much larger than him his entire career. This may be the first time we ever see Ken in a position where a guy is basically his size.
And the amazing thing is this is the first time that Tito will fight somebody who is basically his size.
Ken hasn't fought someone smaller than him since Royce Gracie. Every guy he's fought has been bigger. Tito is bigger than Ken Shamrock.
Well, Ken Shamrock is as powerful as the sport itself, a pioneer who helped to establish what the UFC is today. Ken Shamrock brings to us an opportunity to defend himself, and he says defend the history, which is the ultimate. Shamrock very upset.
I helped create this sport. I was the very first one. And he turns around with no reason whatsoever and flips me off and disrespects me. That's a punk. This is a big fight for me. And it's a big fight for Tito. Now, the question on Tito was, has he ever fought anybody with any kind of caliber of quality of fighter? You know, as far as the strength and the ability that I have, this is going to be a real test for Tito. If Tito brings his best, I'm bringing mine. There ain't no question about that. This will be the best fight, the greatest fight in UFC history.
Oh, he is back. The legendary Ken Shamrock. Guy Mezger, the man defeated in that insulting gesture that followed by Tito, said that he's never seen Ken so strong mentally.
Ken Shamrock is obviously very focused for this fight, but one question a lot of people have is, who is he training with?
Right.
He's training with his students. He's training with the Lions Den guys, while Tito is off training with the top of the food chain jiu-jitsu guys. He's training with Mark Lehman. He's training with Scott Adams for leg locks. He brings in the toughest guys to work him. He's training with heavyweight champion Rico Rodriguez. Is Ken Shamrock training with guys who can really push him like Tito's going to?
Well, at one point, there were none better in the world than those within the Lions Den. I asked Ken, is this about bringing respect back to the Lions Den? He said, perhaps to a certain degree, because the Lions Den has lost its luster. But he also said everything seems to be cyclical in this world.
Well, when Ken went off and Ken did the WWF, those guys were left on their own, and the sport evolved without them. A lot of guys are stuck in their old ways. If they're stuck training with the same guys, you don't bring in new talented fighters, new talented people to train with, you can get stuck thinking you're better than you are. Jerry Bolander found that out when he fought Tito. He said in his pre-fight interview before he fought Tito, I fight and train with the best guys in the world every day. This guy can't beat me. Clearly, he was wrong. That may be the case tonight with Ken. He may be thinking, because he's dominant over the Lions Den guys, he's gonna be dominant over Tito. But Tito Ortiz is a different animal. That is the top of the food chain mixed martial arts.
Tito Ortiz has gone from a former Tank Abbott training partner to the most devastating man who went back to his basics to train for this fight.
This fight with Ken and myself for the light heavyweight championship of the world, it means the world to me. This is what I waited all my life for. My knee that I just had surgery on, I think Ken Shamrock is going to try to attack it. He's going to kick it, he's going to try to submit it, but one thing he doesn't know, it's 100% now. My strength's there, I'm squatting, I'm pushing, I'm running up and down hills. I'll let him attack my knee, go ahead, because I'm going to bash his face in when he tries to.
Oh my goodness!
To be a champion, you have to have heart. You got to have desire to push yourself to the limits. When I fight Ken Shamrock, we're going to see how much heart I really have. This is what I waited all my life for. This is my destiny, it seems like. That's why this fight is happening, because it's going to happen for a reason. And the reason is to become a legend.
And to become a legend, you must defeat a legend. That opportunity presents itself, but I don't think Ken Shamrock thinks that Tito can become a legend. I think Ken Shamrock still thinks Tito's kind of a punk.
Ken Shamrock refers to Tito as a boy all the time. He calls him a punk all the time. I hope that that's just words. I hope he's taking him very, very seriously. Tito Ortiz is a man, and he's a champion, and he's a very, very, very difficult guy to beat.
He has only been defeated one time in the octagon in the last few years. That was by Frank Shamrock. Early in his career, he was defeated by Guy Metzger. And I started to say that to Ken. I said, hey, his only loss is to Frank. He said, no, no, no. Quickly, Ken defending his Lions Den fighter, Guy Metzger, who met Tito early on.
In defense of Tito, though, he was dominating that fight.
Yes.
And they stopped it because of a cut on top of Guy Metzger's head. And then when they restarted the fight, Guy Metzger got a guillotine. Tito Ortiz was in complete and total control of that fight before the stoppage. I don't know what's going to happen.
I just want it to happen, don't you?
There's two scenarios. Either this is Tyson Lennox Lewis,
Yes.
or this is Tyson Holyfield, where the old guy wins.
Yes, yes, it'll be interesting.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out right now. In fact, let's find out what some of our celebrities in the audience here tonight think is going to happen when these two finally collide. The waiting is just about over as we get set for Tito Ortiz against Ken Shamrock for the light heavyweight championship of the UFC.
It's so hard to tell because they're both so damn tough. But I think I'm leaning towards Tito. I think he's going to take it.
Well, I think the Shamrock's going to get that ass beat tonight. Ortiz is going to win.
Is there a Shamrock in that main bout? I'm an Irish guy. I'll have to go with him.
No question, Tito Ortiz. No question, Tito's number one.
The main fight, I think, the new face of the sport is definitely Tito. But as far as Shamrock, you can't count him out. It's going to be an interesting fight, but I would like to see Tito do well.
I'm leaning towards Tito, but I think both of them have a shot. It should be a good fight.
I don't know. I mean, I know Ken can win, but Tito's been just unstoppable lately, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know who's going to win. I hope Ken wins. My heart's with Ken.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to begin the main event of the evening. This fight is 5 rounds for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, the fighter standing to my left, Ken Shamrock. And now introducing the fighter standing to my right. He is a submission fighting expert with a mixed martial arts record of 10-2-0. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Huntington Beach, California. He is the UFC Light Heavyweight Champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Huntington Beach Bad Boy, Tito Ortiz. And when the action begins, our third man in the octagon is referee Big John McCarthy.
Center.
Here we go.
Center it up. I've given you instructions in the dressing rooms. I'm going to ask you if you're ready. You give me that signal, and I'll tell you, let's get it on. Do you have any questions for the challenger? Do you have any questions from the champion? Fight hard, fight clean. Let's get back to your corners.
Ortiz.
Oh, Shamrock with a double underhooks. Oh, Whizzer.
Ken Shamrock trying to have
big right hand by Tito. Big knee.
Tito wanted to weather that storm. It looks like he's the one
Big right
creating
hand.
the bad weather. Trying
Big
to
right hand. Ken is wrong.
He continues to tee up. Oh, a left by Shamrock. What a start. Online scoring, UFC.tv.
Let go of him. Just hold him. Don't hold him.
Wow, the aggression came out immediately.
Oh, big right hand by Tito again.
Here they go, toe-to-toe. Tito coming with that left. Ken trying to work inside.
Oh, he's worried if he goes for an arm bar, if he moves and he loses the position, Tito could get dominant on him in a mount or perhaps side control and really rain blows.
Well, Ken trying to stay off that fence desperately.
Ken's got a cut over his right eye.
The conflict that goes back to March of '99. Tito trying to finish it here in the first.
Ken is
big exchange there.
Ken is doing nothing but holding on. He's done nothing offensively since Tito took him to the ground.
Survive is the appropriate descriptive term. The knee that hurt him. I love this. Oh, good combination, but blocked by Tito. 85% of our fans on UFC.tv give round 1 to Tito. He gets the takedown quickly here in round 2. Tito, big elbow on Ken Shamrock. Tito.
Oh, nice elbow.
And another one that lands.
Ken's spinning out. Tito's going to use that as an opportunity to pass the guard.
And he does. And he does. Side position. I said at the top of the show, Joe, the past meets the present in a fight that will dictate the future.
Now, we've seen this position before.
Oh, he's hammering away.
He's just going to elbow him into submission here.
40 seconds remains in round 2.
Oh,
Shamrock victory! What a move by Ken Shamrock! Ken's got to be winded too after fighting out.
Good punches by Shamrock, though. Ken Shamrock, if anything, has got the heart of a lion. Big left hand. He's throwing punches that aren't connecting. He's connecting with air. Tito Ortiz looks like he just woke up. Look at his face, and then look at Ken Shamrock's face. Looks like he got hit with a howitzer.
Shamrock said, I will get my dignity or I will die. He's getting his chance at it.
The Muay Thai clinch with the knee. Tito's taking a page out of Chuck Liddell's book with that big left hand. Big right hand. Look for the right hand.
UFC.tv. There's the left. Shamrock looking to answer. Tito looks so relaxed out there.
Now it looks like he's just conservative and nice leg kicks. Oh,
and another knee. And another knee.
Right hand.
And a combination of that staggers Ken Shamrock. And the big slam by Tito Ortiz.
Might be going for a leg.
Oh, he spins.
Oh, bad. move by Ken. In trying to improve his position, he gave Tito side control.
Well, if he wins this round, all he must do at that point is survive the 4th and 5th.
Oh, another explosion by Ken. He's back to his feet. Not hard.
Again. Combination. I don't know.
Looking for the left hook. Oh, nice body kick.
Tito Ortiz, Ken Shamrock. 20 seconds remains in the 3rd. Tito closing the gap.
Stop it right there.
Wow, look at Ken Shamrock's face.
You know what? And then look at Tito Ortiz's face.
Look at Ken Shamrock's face. Oh, big knees. Oh, big right hand.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over. They're going to stop the fight. It is all over. A legend of the Octagon.
Tito Ortiz has risen to the occasion in grand fashion. And Ken is stepping up to show him some respect here.
Tito and Ken.
Oh, they're hugging. He's got to respect Ken, despite dominating him. How do you not respect that guy? That guy has got incredible heart.
Perhaps now he is the world's most dangerous man.
If not, it's Chuck Liddell.
And still, the UFC Light Heavyweight Champion of the World.
He beat me fair and square, and he's a man, so congratulations, Tito Ortiz. We settled our differences. It's over and done with.
One of your best friends, Chuck Liddell, is next in line. What's going to happen?
Me and Chuck, I guess we got to sit back and look at it. I guess we got to renegotiate things, because me and Chuck, I mean, our friendship's not worth the money we're getting paid, if you ask me. Right now, I just want to thank all you fans out here. Come to my after party. We're going to have it at Utopia on Las Vegas Boulevard. Everybody in this house is welcome to come to my after party. Please come.
This season we made a lot of changes because the Ultimate Fighter is evolving. We made tweaks to make sure that at the end of this show, we end up with the best fighters possible. So every time we go out and pick a coach, we look for guys that could really bring something to the young fighters that we're bringing in this season. And unlike last season, we wanted the coaches to fight again this season. And that's why we picked Ken Shamrock and Tito Ortiz, because they both come from strong training camps. And these two are a perfect matchup because they hate each other. Ken Shamrock is one of the pioneers. He fought in UFC 1. He's one of the original guys and one of the most famous. He feels he deserves a certain amount of respect, and if you don't give it to him, he'll make you give it to him.
Shamrock is back. The Huntington Beach Bad Boy.
Tito started in the UFC actually as an alternate. Somebody fell out of one of the shows, and Tito came in and won the fight. And, you know, Tito was very brash, cocky.
Next opponent, I'm gonna stomp your ass too. And there's a big takedown.
Did a lot of stuff that pissed people off, which made him very popular very fast. And then he really started to explode and blow up was when he had the confrontation with Ken Shamrock. He jumped up and flipped off the Lion's Den, which was Ken's training camp, and Ken Shamrock freaked out.
Ken Shamrock very upset.
Jumped up on the octagon and started screaming at him, and that began the feud between Ken Shamrock and Tito Ortiz.
I'm going to beat you into the living death.
Every time these two get in a room together, I'm always worried about those two breaking out into a fist fight.
Let's get it on!
Finally!
So I knew that the big blockbuster fight that we could make that would really do well would be Ken versus Tito.
It is all over! Tito Ortiz!
And Tito won that fight. Ever since Ken has been dying to fight him again, he's been terrorizing me, calling me, letting me know he wants to fight Tito Ortiz again. It's very real. These two hate each other with a passion. They really do not like each other. So I knew I needed to sit them down and tell them they need to act like professionals, and it's all about the kids that are coming here to train and not about them, and they'll have the opportunity to kick the shit out of each other when this thing's over.
I got the call from Dana, and he goes, how would you like to be the coach on Ultimate Fighter 3? But I didn't say yes right away. buddy. What's up, bro? He goes, you wouldn't believe who the other coach is, Tito Ortiz. And I was like, sign me up. Sign me up. How it's gonna work, man? My buddy gonna sit right here next to me?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope that's how it's going to work. That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. I just want to make sure that you and Tito don't start any and there's no fights in here. I'm seriously concerned about it.
I'm gonna do my best. I want these guys to shine. I mean, I'm a coach. I got fighters I coach. I want these guys to do well. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sell out me either. If Tito gets in my face or says something to me, I'm not stupid either. I'm not gonna break his face. And I know it's about the guys, and I want to do the best for them.
Cool. I'm excited. Thanks, Kenny.
The rivalry between me and Ken Shamrock is pretty much as real as it gets. I hate the guy. I hate the guy with passion. And I know he hates me. I mean, I think he's a complete
If Tito says anything disrespectful towards me, or if I take it disrespectful, we're fighting.
Tito and I have had a real bad history, too. You know, Tito and I were good friends at one time. We had a falling out, and we hate each other. So let's just say it's going to be an interesting season. There's a lot of issues this season. You and Ken, you and I have issues. You know, we need to realize that this is about them, not about us. You and Ken are going to have the opportunity to kick the living shit out of each other in July. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's the plan. I know he wants to fight me again, which I don't understand, because last time we fought, I gave him a beating. Everybody knows at home how bad of a beating I gave him.
I'm not going to lay down for anybody. I don't care if I'm 60 years old.
If you are going to fight, it better be on pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, that's what I plan. I want to get paid before I get fighting, right? At the same time, I want to see if I can bring the best out of these kids.
I have no respect for him as a fighter. I have no respect for him as a person.
I give respect, and I demand respect back. And if I don't get it, I'll take it.
You know how crazy he is about being disrespected and all that kind of too. And, you know,
it's competition, too, at the same time.
You're good at disrespecting. So all I'm telling you is I don't want to this fight.
I don't plan on doing it.
Good. Cool.
Awesome.
You ready?
Yep.
So they were both receptive, and they both understood why they were here. And then I brought them out into the gym. I've talked to both of you. Everything's cool. Everything's cool.
You hate me. I hate you. All right. Let's make this an awesome show. You know, at the end of this is all done, may the best team win. And at the same time, when the fight comes about, it's business. Cool. I'm willing to respect you until that happens.
I respect you stepping up and saying that.
All right. Completely.
Cool. I didn't think you had it in you.
The only way to make this happen is this right here.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Good?
Good. I'm cool.
Cool.
Something's weird about this. Tito's on his best behavior, and it's very odd. It's throwing me off. I might be able to get the Middle East put back together.
I'm good. Well, that showed me a different side to Tito, but I don't fully trust him. I really don't.
I always want to win. I'm too damn competitive. And for him, to someone I don't like, I have, you know, a vendetta against him. And I have to be a victor over him in everything I do.
Even though Ken and Tito called a truce for the sake of the show, at the end of the day, they still hate each other. They were stuck in the gym waiting for the fighters to show up, and you could cut the tension with a knife. They didn't talk to each other at all after I left the room. They didn't even look at each other. I'm the one that really did choose the coaches and set the season up, but I'd rather eat poison and jump off the roof of the building than do season 3.
When we left Y, we were standing on the corner waiting for the van, and Ken and his goon showed up.
Vendetta.
There'll be one square.
Morning. It was kind of funny because there's no expression from Tito or Ken at each other, so I want to see them fight again.
This guy still disgusts me.
Yeah.
You don't understand how you can build hatred for a person so bad, you know? I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he used to treat his fans. One of the times that I just lost complete respect for him, I was at a UFC, and a kid walks up to him and asks for an autograph. And he goes, no, get away from me, man. Yeah, it's a little kid, dude. It's like, come on, man. If it wasn't for the fans, you wouldn't be where you are right now.
I think their relationship is hatred. They hate each other. That's all I can say about that.
Tito, keep smiling.
I smile after every one of them, buddy. It's all right. Your team's dwindling, buddy. Your team's dwindling.
Well, wait till I get to you. I'm gonna knock your head off.
That's what you said last time. You look like Frankenstein. Marshmallow boy.
Little bench monkey.
I was just kind of like, where did this come from? It's like one big kindergarten in here.
Tito, keep going, man. We'll get it going before then.
So that's fine with me, dude.
What's that?
You heard me? I said
Yeah,
fine
come
with me.
on. Come on, dude.
What?
Come on.
What?
You think? Hey,
Okay, it's all right.
we can
It's
get.
all right.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. What? Hey, what's up, guy?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Remember last time? I saw paint you with a paintbrush.
Yeah,
A
last
purple
time.
one.
You keep thinking about last
Yeah,
time.
go ahead, red guy. Ken's so easy to get under, man. The guy has no confidence in what he does, and I get under his skin, man. I just push the right buttons, and things happen.
Because I'm going to beat the snot out of you this
Go
time,
ahead,
boy.
red guy.
I'm going to smash your little head.
Yeah, we'll see who's a boy. Boy.
Yeah, punk.
Old man. That's all right.
Hey, that's all right. You watch this old man punch a hole in your head.
Oh, okay. Just like you
Go
did
ahead,
last
reach
time,
out
right?
and touch me, Tito.
Yeah, reach out.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. We should not be happy right now. So I, as a coach, got to figure out something that's going to get these guys fired up. If it's getting in a fight with Tito, then fine. That's cool with me. You keep remembering the last time.
Yeah. Talk. That's all you do.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm not. Go ahead. Yeah, you stay there, punk.
Yeah. What? What? What?
Shut up, monkey.
Yeah, exactly. This monkey's gonna beat your ass down, caveman style. Exactly. Exactly.
I better hope you get through this time.
I'm
before
fine
this
with
show
it.
ends.
Yeah, I will for sure.
Just keep living through your boys here, boy, because that's all you're gonna get.
My kids listen to me
That's
well.
all
man.
you're gonna get.
Exactly. That's fine. Watch and see.
Hey, Team Shamrock down here.
When Ali used to compete, Ali didn't care about fighting. It wasn't about the fight. It was about what you said before. If you get a guy so pissed off, he forgot his whole game plan.
Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it?
I don't even hold back, either laugh or slap him.
Yeah, the pressure.
Mental warfare. And that's what this fighting game comes about.
Dana came back in the house tonight with a bag in his hand, and we're all wondering what the hell's in that bag. I was hoping keys for all the semifinalists to a brand new car.
All right, guys. Ken and Tito are going to play pool tonight.
You can't play pool.
Yes. That's what Tito wanted to hear. Here's the way it's going to work. It's the best of 2 out of 3 games.
And what's the winner get?
$10,000. Immediately, Tito goes crazy because apparently Tito's very good at pool. Ken says he never plays pool. So I figured, Tito's going to kick his ass 2 games out of 3 and win the 10 grand.
You got this, Ken.
Ready? Here we go. Shamrock breaks.
Hustled the out of us, man. That guy is a pool shark. Man, that guy can shoot pool.
Ken sandbagging his shit. I thought, well, maybe he just got a couple lucky shots. I go for a harder shot and I miss.
Hey, Paul, side pocket.
I was kind of worried when Ken won the first game. I mean, everybody can make mistakes. Give me a chance to run the table, and I'll run the table. And then all of a sudden, the next game started, I break, I didn't make anything, and He ran the table. I was like, oh,
Ken was the shark, man. He had his pool hustler shirt on, his hair slicked back, the silver chain. He had it all, man. It was like right out of a movie.
8-ball corner pocket.
Pool shark, man. I think I just got had.
Hell of a game. Good game, man. Kid like kid. You're gonna need the money anyway. It's all right. I'm gonna say.
Damn it. Tito and Team Ortiz has been handing it to us. So to get in there in this challenge and actually turn the motivation a little bit in our favor. It was sweet for me. It was sweet for our team because they got something to cheer about. It was nice. Hey, you guys, peace, man. Had a good time, man. Back to normal tomorrow. I still hate Tito's team.
We ended up with 3 Ortiz guys and 1 Shamrock in the finals. Thank you. There's no doubt about it, Tito won the competition. Team Ortiz was more of a cohesive team.
Hey guys, we're done. This is it. Everything you guys worked the last 6 weeks, it came down to this, right?
They trained hard. They listened to Tito. They did what he told them to do. I think that's why Tito won. I don't feel the same way about Team Shamrock. I don't think Ken came here in the frame of mind that I'm going to, take this young group of guys and teach them all I know and see how well they can do. He figured he'd just show up here for 6 weeks and then he'd get to, try to kick Tito's ass at the end of the show. I believe that's why Ken came here and the only reason he came here.
I'm proud of every one of you guys. Listen to me, Saul and Dean. Everything we try to push you guys listen, you guys push yourselves as hard as possible. You see the final outcome. I gave my heart into it. I gave everything I possibly could give into it. To me, it wasn't about myself. It was about Shamrock. It was about the kids. It was Bisbing, Josh, and Kendall. Those 3 kids showed what type of athletes they are, what type of competitors they are, what type of real, true warriors they really are. And in June, everybody at home will see the type of real fighters they are when they fight here in Las Vegas. Team punishment. Last one we got, man. This is it. Team punishment on 3. 1, 2, 3, team punishment!
The show's over. We're getting ready. Everybody's getting ready to leave. And Ken walks by and bumps into Tito.
This whole time, man, you're trying to play like this Mr. Good Guy. But you are like inside.
I told you, right, motherfucker? I said I'd respect you. I respect you, right?
Yeah, that's not what you've been.
Shamrock took it upon himself to trying to clown me. I don't know, trying to clown me from the kids or something, or trying to clown me from the cameras, and it really got me pissed. Yeah, I'm gonna retire you, motherfucker, right?
Retire me?
Was he looking to get camera time or whatever? Whatever.
Hey, because I thought you keep that.
I don't understand the guy, man. Is he getting senile over the old age or something? You know what, dude? You're looking for a bone, and I'm gonna give you a bone. It's gonna be my elbow bone in your face.
I mean, every time you're supposed to stand up and be a man, you back off like some punk.
What? What the f you gonna do?
Oh, come on, step aside, man. Let me warm it up a little bit, buddy.
Hey, come on, Craigie.
When we fought the first time, I made him famous. I put him over, and he threw it away. With his attitude and thinking he's cocky and he deserves more, he threw it away. I'm gonna hit you so friggin' hard, man. Next week, I don't know what day you're born on. Just because you drop the F-bomb and make all those cuss words do not make you tough.
I hate Ken Shamrock. I do. Me and him will always have animosity towards each other. Just because I respect him the whole time I was in here, and him trying to say that I was putting a show on for everybody on camera, bullshit. I was myself. That's me. And if I was acting that shit, man, give me an Oscar. Cool. I did an awesome job then. I fooled everybody. Ha ha ha. No. That was me. That's really me. For Shamrock, I can't wait to fight again. It'd be great.
Talk your smack, bro.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I don't talk smack, man. I go and I get it done. However it falls, at least I step up and I don't talk when it's over. It is a fight and anything can happen, and I'm going to make it happen.
Anything can happen.
In July, they're going to beat the shit out of each other again, and when it's over, they're still going to hate each other.
I'm going to be the bully in this fight. I'm going to beat him down. I'm going to turn him upside down.
The last time I fought him, I grabbed a hold of him. He felt like a little girl, felt like a rag doll.
I dislike him very much, so much that I want to get in the ring and I want to punch a hole in his head.
Carthy's gonna have to pull me off. Literally, he's gonna have to pull me off.
The wait is finally over. We are here at the Mandalay Bay in beautiful beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Inside, this is the hottest ticket in town. It all began in 1999. A young man named Tito Ortiz had just defeated one of the top fighters from the Lion's Den. His name was Guy Mezger. Afterwards, Tito had a message for Guy Mezger, which was also a message for Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock didn't like that message. Since then, the hatred and animosity has built to an unbridled tempo. Now, even yesterday, the weigh-ins got heated as Ken Shamrock took to the scale. Now remember, this is a light heavyweight matchup at 205 pounds. You have a 1 pound allowance. So at 206, Ken Shamrock weighed in properly. But you know what? Tito Ortiz said, no, that's not right. That does not work. He was animated, he was upset. He wanted Ken Shamrock at 205, but ironically, when Tito hit the scales after being very vocal, he weighed in at 206 and a half. Dana White already trying to make the peace. Tito gears down, and Tito is still over by a quarter of a pound. They stare down, Tito goes and runs around the octagon for about a half hour, and then finally, he makes weight, and they come in tonight for this long-anticipated showdown. Joe Rogan on assignment, my partner tonight, the UFC Hall of Famer, Randy the Natural Couture. We use the phrase often, as real as it gets, but when you talk about Ken and Tito, the hatred is as real as it gets.
Absolutely, that's the number one question I get asked now, especially after the third season. Do these guys really hate each other, or are they acting? Well, nobody in this sport acts. They actually hate each other. They both wear their buttons on their sleeves and they ham it up, but they don't like each other at all.
All right.
We don't see that
Not at all. Let's
sport.
go to UFC 40 Vendetta. This was the first meeting between Tito and Ken, and Tito demolished Ken Shamrock.
Tito put a pounding on Ken. Relentless takedowns, his ground and pound, classic Tito Ortiz style. This is how he wins 99% of his fights. Knees, elbows, he puts you on the ground, jams you into the fence, and just beats you up. And that's the Tito we're used to seeing. The question is, has he isolated himself and gotten himself in that kind of shape to do that and put the beat down on Ken tonight?
Now, Ken says after that first beatdown that he was not 100%. He was basically fighting on one leg. He is 100% for the fight tonight. And at 42 years old, I know age does not bother you. We may see the best Ken Shamrock ever.
I think absolutely we're going to see the best Ken Shamrock we've ever seen. He's revamped his training. He's got Eric Paulson in his corner helping him prepare for these fights. Great leg lock guy. Look to see him roll for ankles and legs if he gets the chance. He's got to let his hands go. He's heavy-handed. He needs to push the pace with Tito, test his gas tank, and see how far Tito can go.
The arrival of the Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz. This fight is about rivalry. It's about hatred. It's about disregard. Ken Shamrock, UFC Hall of Famer, the world's most dangerous man, 42 years old, and really wants to put the beat down on the man who beat him down before, and that is Tito Ortiz. A live look backstage here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center. There he is, the Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz. And there is no one that he dislikes and disregards more in the entire fight world than the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. Tito Ortiz hates Ken Shamrock. And you know what? Did you get a look at Ken Shamrock? I will tell you, the feeling is mutual. For Ken Shamrock tonight, this is the biggest fight of his entire Hall of Fame career, because this is his opportunity to finally shut Tito Ortiz down.
Tito Ortiz knows I'm not coming in the same way. He knows how much I want this fight. I'm gonna be the bully in this fight. He knows how bad I've been wanting it for a long time. I'm gonna beat him down. This fight means everything to me. Everything to me. I'm gonna turn him upside down. I dislike Tito Ortiz very, very much. He's gonna get hurt, and I do not want to walk out of that ring losing to him.
I don't want the belt. I don't want the world championship. I don't want to become the world champion. I just want to beat Chuck Liddell's ass. That's it.
I'll knock you out again. You won't be the last of the Mohicans.
That's going to be my job. But first and foremost is dismantling Ken Shamrock.
And the big slam by Tito Ortiz.
Last time I fought him, I grabbed a hold of him. He felt like a little girl, felt like a rag doll.
No matter what he says in that fight, he gave me everything he had, and he couldn't hurt me. And I hit him with one punch.
Oh, left by Shamrock.
And buckled his knees. I dislike his character, dislike him very much. So much that I want to get in the ring and I want to punch a hole in his head.
Oh, nice Ken Shamrock's got the heart of a lion.
I'm going to come out there and I'm going to beat this guy into the ground. I'm going to break a leg or break an arm. Or if he leaves something out that he makes a mistake, I'm all over it.
I'm taking your ass down and I'm punishing you.
You keep thinking that, because when the time comes, you're gonna make a huge mistake thinking that.
Ken Shamrock is of the old, always will be of the old, and never will change because he's in the old.
Well, the last time I remember him fighting somebody 42 years old, he got spanked. Literally.
If Ken Shamrock tries to compare himself to Randy Couture, bro, wake the up.
He's gonna try and take me down. He's gonna try and submit me because no one's ever submitted me.
I'm not gonna look for a submission. I'm looking to beat his ass down.
Look at Ken Shamrock's face.
Carthy's gonna have to pull me off. Literally, is gonna have to pull me off. He's gonna get a good old-fashioned Tito Ortiz beatdown.
You actually spanked him. Did you see that?
How did I get drug into this?
Well, you know what? Interesting is that nobody gets drug into this one because now we finally get to see it. Tito against Ken, but I know you and I have talked many times. Tito must explode the way he did last at UFC 40 when he exploded on Ken Shamrock.
Absolutely. He's got to find a way, put this fight on the ground. Classic Tito Ortiz, ground and pound, elbows and fists, and lump Ken up just like he did the first time.
Well, one thing we both know here, no one over the age of 40 can have success in the Ultimate Fighting Championship or something like that. Ken Shamrock, is he ready? Can he actually pull off the upset?
Yeah, I think he can. He's got great submission skills. If Tito makes one mistake, leaves a leg hanging out there, I mean, he'll be all over it. He's got heavy hands. Tito's been rocked and shocked before, so you got to let him go, push the pace, and see how much he has.
42 years old, UFC Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock. 11 years the elder of the Huntington Beach Bad Boy, the former light heavyweight champion Tito Ortiz. Everything else is virtually the same.
And now, it's time! The Warrior standing in the blue corner. This man is a submission fighter who holds a professional record of 26 wins, 10 losses, and 2 draws. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 206 pounds. Fighting out of Susanville, California, the legendary UFC Hall of Famer, the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock! His opponent standing in the red corner. This man is a submission fighter who holds a professional record of 14 wins with 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 206 pounds. Fighting out of Huntington Beach, California, ladies and gentlemen, the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, the Huntington Beach Bad Boy, Tito Ortiz. And the action begins. Our referee in charge of this contest is Herb Dean.
Okay, gentlemen, we've gone over your instructions. Let's keep this fight nice and clean. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions at all times. Touch gloves. Come on, ready to do this.
Ken comes out swinging. Big knee by Ortiz.
Right into the frame. A double leg attempt by Ortiz. Picks him up in the air. Slams him down.
Nice job by Tito. He slides Shamrock
Nice
over towards
elbows.
the fence.
Nice
Rolling
elbows.
down on him. Herb Dean walks in, and it is all over.
I'm not sure why Herb stepped in that early.
Shamrock in disbelief. Ken is going after Tito again. Little pandemonium in the octagon right now. Let's take a look at the stoppage. Well, he felt that Ken could not intelligently defend himself there.
Yeah, I mean, he really took 3 or 4 unanswered elbows. His hands didn't come up to protect his head. I never want to question a referee.
Ken Shamrock is in disbelief. Chuck Liddell in disbelief. Let's take a look at it again, Randy.
Again, no hands covering the head. 3, 4, 5 elbows in a row there. Five elbows in a row there, unanswered. Ken's hands weren't up around his head. I'm not sure if Ken was dazed there. Obviously, he's in disbelief now after he's standing, but you got to do something to change that position.
Tito's reaction. He had no doubt that the stoppage was justified. You know what? As you said, you must intelligently defend the fighter, because one more or two more of those elbows could do permanent damage to someone even as greatly conditioned as Ken Shamrock. But in that light, we may see these guys go again. Tito gets the win. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute 8. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute 18 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by TKO, the Huntington Beach Bad Boy, Tito Ortiz.
Tito Ortiz wins in just 1 minute and 18 seconds. Here's Randy.
Tito, great double leg takedown. Tito, big slam. You put Ken right where you want him. Tell me about the finish. What did you think?
Well, you know what? I was just doing my job, dropping elbows. I hit him with a really good elbow, and he went completely limp. Herb Dean, I was hitting him with like 4 or 5 really hard ones. I think I might have chipped my elbow bone. I hit him with some really, really good ones. He wasn't responding. He wasn't intelligent defending himself. Herb Dean stepped in, did his job. I'm just in here to fight. That's all I want to do is fight. If Shamrock wants to do it again, we can do it again. I have no problem with that at all.
Tito, walk me through this. Mickey's replay here at the end of the fight.
Well, right here, I just hit him with a really good elbow. He went limp right there. And I hit him with another one, and another one, another one, another one. I was hitting him unanswered blows right there. He wasn't intelligent to defend himself. That's the rules of the UFC, but like I said, I'm willing to do it again. Give these fans a great fight one more time. Let's do it.
Tito, great job. You look like you were prepared. How was your training for this fight?
You know, this time my training, it's the first time I've been in camp where I've actually been non-injury free, where I had no injuries at all. I was very, very happy. You know, coming here in Las Vegas in my own backyard, this is my home. I love fighting here in Las Vegas. Give all you fans, you guys can go ahead and boo, but you see me and Ken Shamrock one more time, I hope.
Tito Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen.
Ken Shamrock, you had your chance the last fight. I manhandled him. I grabbed him and I literally manhandled him. This next fight, it will be the same.
He threw everything at me you had to throw at me, and he did not hurt me.
Everything he throws at me, everything he tries, I'll be prepared. I just hope he's prepared to the beating he's going to receive.
If he pushes the fight with me, and with the strength that I have, he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt.
I'm not going to have no mercy on Ken Shamrock at all, because I dislike him as much as I did the last time we fought.
I'm going to be the bully in this fight. I'm going to beat him down.
We welcome you to the Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in beautiful Hollywood, Florida. They met on July 8th for a second time. Tito quickly took Ken down. Ken tried to defend himself, he did for a moment, then the elbows came flying. The fight was stopped in just 78 seconds. Ken jumped right up. Tito thought he had won, he had. Ken did not think he had been beaten though. So there was controversy. The fans wanted more, And Dana White said, fans, I hear you, I listen, and you get more tonight only right here on Spike TV. My partner's always Joe Rogan. Tonight truly is about completing the trilogy, but it really is about the UFC fan as well.
It really is. A lot of people felt very slighted by the last decision. They thought that the fight was stopped too early. Ken Shamrock wanted this fight to be on pay-per-view, or excuse me, wanted this fight to be on free TV. So did Tito Ortiz. They wanted the fans to get completion, and they want completion as well. This will be the last time these two warriors meet.
Will it go the same way as it has the first two times? Will Tito Ortiz be the dominant fighter again?
It's very difficult to pick Ken in this fight. I mean, Ken is a veteran. He has been around forever, literally from UFC 1. But Tito Ortiz is a bigger, stronger, younger guy, and Ken has shown nothing in the first two fights that would lead you to believe that he could stop Tito. However, he is a very strong puncher, and I have never seen Ken more relaxed before a bout than he has been for this one.
The main event of the evening is later this evening on Spike. You are looking live inside the locker room of the Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz, and the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. This fight tonight is for you, live on Spike TV. Tito Ken 3, the final chapter. The wait is finally over.
No one's ever stopped Ken Shamrock in a minute and 18 seconds. I hit him with a great elbow right off the bat. I felt him go limp. I felt his hands go back. I seen his eyes roll back a little bit, and Herb Dean stepped in and did his job.
I come across the ring. I start firing my shots at him. He slammed me to the ground. He threw everything at me he had to throw at me, and he did not hurt me. When we were on the ground, we knew not to get excited about it. Let the bully come. Let him think that he's hurting you. And then when he slows down, then it's my time. The referee steps in and stops the fight. I'm thinking to myself, what? This is not getting stopped on a few elbows. Look at the other matches tonight. They weren't even grudge matches. And you got a guy bleeding, had a blood puddle, completely red on the mat, and they let him go. Then there's Tito and Forrest Griffin. I thought they were going to stop that thing 2 or 3 times because Tito was pounding him. He's just started out in this business. Those are the kind of guys you want to protect. It was wrong. Bad stop.
The fight was over, and I hear people started booing.
The fans got ripped off. They paid to come see us fight, and they didn't get to see it.
This is why we're giving them a chance to see this one more time again.
And this ain't about me and Ortiz, but this is a big part about giving back to the fans that paid for this.
And they want to see the fight again, we're going to give them the fight. They're going to get what they wanted to see, what's been the build-up for the Ultimate Fighter, what's been the build-up for the first Tito Ortiz-Ken Shamrock fight.
This time they're going to allow me to go out there and show who Ken Shamrock is and what I'm about. I ain't going to quit.
I'm going to try to destroy him.
He can't hurt me.
I'm just going to go in and make it exciting what the fans want to see.
It's not going to get stopped early. I know that for a fact.
How can you not be fired up for Tito Ortiz and Ken Shamrock? And I believe that Ken Shamrock has made Tito Ortiz a more determined fighter.
Well, you know what he's definitely done? He's made Tito Ortiz a more confident fighter. You know, and a dangerous Tito is a confident Tito. That is when he is at his most dangerous. The only time we've seen Tito have poor performances is against the very elite of the game, Randy Couture and Chuck Liddell. Those are his only 2 poor performances. He's beaten Vanderlei Silva. He's beaten some of the top guys in the game, Vitor Belfort. And when Tito is confident and when he is mentally ready for a fight, he is very, very hard to beat.
Ken Shamrock has been beaten before. In fact, he's been beaten twice by Tito Ortiz. If he were to win tonight, I believe it would be considered quite an upset.
It would be huge. It would be probably the biggest upset in UFC history. I mean, I don't know what the odds are against Ken winning right now, but it's got to be, you know, reminiscent of Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson in the 1980s.
And what it could be is the final time we see Ken Shamrock in the octagon. And if it is, he would love to go out as a winner over his arch enemy, Tito Ortiz. There he is one more time. The legendary, world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. Tito is a punk, is what Ken Shamrock has said on numerous occasions. Will there be a glare? Big John McCarthy steps in between Tito Ortiz and Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock, 42 years old, 11 years the elder of Tito Ortiz. Tito has a huge reach advantage. Both came in excellent shape. Shamrock came into the weigh-ins with a cheeseburger and a milkshake in his hands. Tito weighed in at 203.5 pounds.
They will face off each other
one last and final time to end the bitter rivalry between them forever. And now, live from the sold-out arena here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, it's time! This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC Light Heavyweight Division. Introducing first, the fighter fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a submission fighter who holds a professional record of 26 wins with 11 losses and 2 draws. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 204.5 pounds. Fighting out of Susanville, California, the legendary UFC Hall of Fame fighter, the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a freestyle fighter who holds a mixed martial arts record of 15 wins with 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 203.5 pounds. Fighting out of Huntington Beach, California, ladies and gentlemen, the former UFC Light Heavyweight Champion, the Huntington Beach Bad Boy, Tito
Gentlemen, you receive your instructions in your dressing rooms. Grab any tricks that you can. Any questions from you, Tito? I want you to touch gloves. Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. Let's go.
Unbelievably relaxed. Ken desperately wants to avoid being taken down.
And he tried to take Tito down. Wow, Tito just muscled him against the fence.
Tito just wants to work him
Ken
down to the ground.
Ken spun for a leg there.
Close guard. This is very much like fight number 2.
We saw in the first fight the only glimmer of hope that Ken did have was he landed a beautiful right hand and rocked Tito. But Tito immediately, after he dropped to one knee, just shot in and grabbed a hold of Ken. These are bombs.
Yep, these are big. Ken trying to survive. It is all over. It is all over. The final chapter has been written. Tito Ortiz wins again.
That was a much better stoppage. You can see Ken is still down, and he was badly hurt. Tito landed some big, big punches there.
Tito Ortiz dominates Ken Shamrock for a 3rd time. No controversy tonight. Now that is not what Ken wants. Ken wants to bury the hatchet here. Ken wants to bury the hatchet. He said that before.
And he's moving towards Tito right now.
And Tito just flipped him off. But Ken wants to bury the hatchet and go out with class.
Tito, be a man, please. We're here. Thank you, Tito. Thank you.
This is a great moment.
That is a great moment. I'm glad Tito just did that. Ken said, we made our money together, and it's all business.
Good for Tito. Ken had talked about it continuously, that he wanted this feud to end, that Ken did not want his career to end with bad blood from anyone.
The Huntington Beach Bad Boy, Tito Ortiz.
And now, Chuck Liddell is next. Tito Ortiz victorious, shaking Ken Shamrock's hand again, and here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Tito.
Okay.
What's up? What do you want to do? Okay. All right, I'm here with the winner, Tito. Now, Tito, this time there was no controversy whatsoever. Give us your thoughts on how you feel right now. What did this fight mean to you?
I feel really good. It feels nice to fight 3 times this year. I know all the fans at home have been waiting for me to come back and keep fighting the way I've been fighting when I first started and I won my world title. It's nice to be back in the ring. and doing what I've been doing, man. This octagon's my home.
Let's take a look at the AMP Mobile replay and talk us through the end of the fight. Tell us what you were thinking here.
You know, when I got the takedown, you know, he felt a lot stronger than he did last time. I was just working to the body. I hit him in the rib really hard, and, you know, he fought. He fought really tough. I hit him with a really good elbow, and I felt him go limp. I mean, I hit really, really hard elbows. I hit him with a couple really good shots right off the bat, and I felt his arm go limp, and I just got a flashback of last time we fought, and this time I was going to finish it with punches instead of elbows. McCarthy says, Ken, you know, defend yourself, and at that time I hit him with like 5 or 6 really hard punches. McCarthy did his job, stepped in the middle, you know, and the fight ended the way I wanted to end, with the knockout.
Now, you've had 3 bouts in the octagon since you've come back. You feel loose. Give us your thoughts about the upcoming bout with Chuck Liddell.
You know, with Chuck Liddell, I mean, he's a great champion. If I'm going to earn it, I got to take it away from the best, you know. They say to be a champion, you got to beat a champion. Liddell being the champion, and I just want my belt back, man. Now me and Liddell are no longer friends, you know, we're pure acquaintance. It's business now. It's about getting in here and entertaining all these fans that love to watch it. I just can't wait.
Well, congratulations on an impressive performance, putting an end to the rivalry, and good luck in your next fight for the title.
Thank you, Joe. I just want to thank all my buddies that came in for the fight. Of course, Saul Solis, Justin McCauley, Josh, Alan, Kendall Grove, Matt Hamill, all these guys that came in, all the guys from American Home Mortgage, all these guys that just helped me out and get where I need to be when I get in the octagon. Prove down. You guys see on the back of the shirt? You get it at PA99.tv.
Tito Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen.
Tito Ortiz wants his light heavyweight championship back, and he ends the rivalry tonight with the Hall of Famer, who is with Joe.
All right, I'm here with Ken. Ken, is this your final performance in the octagon?
Yeah, you know, I didn't want to make any decisions prior to this fight. I wanted to come in here and keep my mind totally focused on this. You know, I've been at a lot of receiving ends of beating people up earlier in my career. You know, I get to see what it's like a little bit on the other side. This fight was completely decided by Tito Ortiz. He won this fight. I was definitely out. And I just say congratulations to him, and I wish him the best and everybody else in the UFC. I love this sport. I think this sport's the greatest sport in the world, and all the fighters in here have big hearts to step in here and fight. I just want to say God bless everybody. And again, thank you for the wonderful years. I love you all.
I just got to say one thing. You know, me and Ken had our differences inside this octagon. You know, we finally got it. Our disputes settled between each other. I apologize for the antics I did after. You know, it's a part of the game, a part of entertainment. I want to thank you for giving a great fight. You know, you've been an awesome guys, program I've always looked up to. So, you know what? You make me a better fighter. Thanks for passing the torch. Liddell, I'm coming for you. It's Shamrock's night tonight, my night of winning. But you know what? You're a better man for it. Thank you very much, man.
Ken, we've seen you fight from UFC 1 all the way to today. We have really enjoyed your performances. We thank you very much for all your hard work and all your fights, and it's been an honor to watch you compete. Thank you very much for everything you've done for this sport. Ken Shamrock, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, man.